Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chief Moore, how can we work together to prioritize and advance the use of wood like mass timber at scale in the marketplace? What more do we need to do to use mass timber in rural communities to build affordable housing, schools, hospitals, and other critical infrastructure?
Yeah, Congressman, I think what we have to do is further refine the research around cross-laminated timber. Even though cross-laminated timber has a great future ahead of us, we have not refined the research to the degree that we need to be using small diameter, low-value material. Right now, we are using it in a bigger way, but we're using commercial-grade timber to look at cross-laminated timber. The key, I think, to cross-laminated timber in this country is to be able to refine the research in a way that it can use low-value, small-diameter material, because that's what we have in abundance. And so that's our focus. We're working with the university systems. We're working with corporate scientists as well as the federal scientists to look at continuing to work in that arena. It's very promising, though. Right now, we have about 1,600 buildings that are built with cross-laminated timber. We have another 12 new facilities coming online. And so while it's showing a lot of promise, we want to kick that whole research down to use a different type of materials, because I think you'll see a huge boom once we're able to refine the research in that way.
And I've been on this committee for 8 years, and on this subcommittee, I think all of those, or at least most of those. One of the things that concerns me most is our inability to manage the tinder in our forests, especially out west. So we don't do controlled burns, we don't have the manpower, and a lot of times that is for climate protection is the reason we don't do controlled burns. And then we get these massive wildfires that create much more pollution and climate problems than had we done the controlled burns. What are we doing to make sure that we're doing the controlled burns and that we're managing our forest, especially out west, properly?
So, Congressman, after last year's fire in Hermit's Peak, I called a 90-day pause in our prescribed burning. And that was to give us an opportunity to really look at how we're using that program. And we also brought a lot of our technical specialists from down south, Mississippi including, to look at how the South is maintaining the ecosystem that they've established to prescribe burning, or controlled burning. And so what we are doing is taking lessons learned in the South and seeing how they might apply in the West. And now what we are looking to do is bring all of that together. I'm going to be releasing a report here fairly soon looking at some changes in our prescribed fire, particularly out west. You know, we can't talk about our success in prescribed burning because when one fire gets away, you've seen the damage that it can do. Because I could sit here and tell you that prescribed burning goes the way it should go, 99.84% of the time. But that 16% when it gets away, we have lots of examples of the damage that it can do. And it's because of the condition of our landscapes. And that's why the conversation needs to be around vegetation removal in a much bigger way, but also looking at the innovation that's needed to utilize the type of vegetation that we have on our landscapes, because it's burning down communities, it's creating carbon in our environment, and it just, nothing's good about it.